Leash the Heat MLC prize wall. It's a 5-week MLC, which everyone that knows me knows I'm not a big fan of. However, the prize wall actually has some really good stuff in there, especially the premium wall. So we're going to go through the regular, the discount, and the limited time kickoff prize wall. And I think we'll actually start off with the limited time kickoff prize wall because that has some of the more premium items in there. But all the walls got a little bit of a shake up this MLC between shards available and all. But let's take a look at the kickoff prize wall first. And again, this ends the first Friday right after the kickoff of the MLC, depending on when you actually hear this video and watch this video. So for me, I'd like to get this Ministry Business plate. I've been targeting that one since the release. Hasn't really been as widely accessible. It definitely wasn't that weekend, but it's a really good plate. And what it does is make 6 multi-gems, increase all your gem damage by 100% for 1 turn. So I'm not a big fan of multi as it is. However, I really do like this plate. I made some videos on this plate as well, and that's what I'll be targeting on my side. I have the Bloodsucker. I think I actually have 2 of them. And the Trap Plate, I finally got my first on the Ugandan prize wall. So I have that. Blasting Off again, I don't have, but it's a little limited. Chemical X I have. Star-Crossed, I don't think I have, but I don't really have a lot of use for that at this particular moment. But it is a good plate. It's just not something that I'm going to find a lot of use for. I have Botch Slapped. I have a couple Total Silence. I got another one this past weekend, again, the Ugandan prize wall. And the Death Row one is actually surprisingly good. It's just not something that I'm going to be targeting at this particular point. But those are good plates for those, for the price of basically the Ministry plate. You can get 2 of those between Botch Slap, Total Silence, Death Row, and some of the other ones that are here. So just choose wisely if you are going to be targeting anything from this wall. And this limited time kickoff wall, again, is obviously a big bit of a bigger reach. What I would love, shard-wise, I already got Michelle, so I'm good there. I have Steve Austin Alliance, although he was a controversial recruit, and a lot of people still don't have him because of the mid-month pivot that the company made. So those are something that you can target. However, I think that's a little bit pricey for the shards for the 100 lot there. I do need a lot for Drew. I need 1,600 exactly, but it's not something that I'm going to be spending all those medallions on, just because it isn't. I just feel like I can get that elsewhere between random loots and weekend prize walls and midweek prize walls and all that. Jackie, I am exactly 25 shards away, so I will not be dropping this time around. I did last month, if I'm not mistaken. But I am pretty close on her, but she's still a relatively tough recruit for many out there. And plate-wise, would I like to have the Vader plate? Yes. Do I use them? No. I don't see really a general need for that. You can get good damage with him without, if you're going to be using him. It is a good moment. It's just not something that I'm going to personally target. But SummerSlam, these come free basically, whether it's armory loot or moment bags or any of that. So that's the limited time prize wall. If you do have access to that, again, it ends at Friday reset, so 2:59 p.m. Eastern time essentially. Make sure that you spend if you're gonna target anything from that wall. I should end up with around 12K or so, depending. I still haven't done my tours and all because I'm always behind the first few days of the year. Next, we're gonna look at the regular wall. And the regular wall, again, has these straps. I did a couple of these last MLC, if you saw that video of the prize wall shopping. But it is good. So minimum of 100, you get a 130, 150, and you can use it across the requirements that you see on the screen here. So you have the gem damage one, you have the move damage one, and then you have the more general ones that have lower buffs. Shard-wise, these are the shards that you see on here. So Tatanka, Mae Young, Super Stacy. They're pretty cheap, actually, but again, this is not something that I would necessarily spend on here. It just feels like you can get these elsewhere. 4,000 for the boss time plate. I don't remember last time I even used that plate. I don't use All Heart because I'm not a sub gameplay type of player. Mysterious Mask has a couple good uses now, but it's not something that I think you would spend 4,000 on unless you have a plethora of and you just for some reason want a 5th or 6th or 10th Ray Mask. The Titan is still useful even in this meta, so that is something that if you are lacking that, you're taking a break, you just haven't gotten good RNG to get them. That's not a bad idea. Seamus Crown is decent. Again, I wouldn't necessarily go after it for the cost that's there. It's nice to have these placed in here. I just wish there was a little bit more premium action there. So again, it's some good stuff. I'm sure people are missing some of these, but I don't think anyone's looking for another KO plate, for example, or another Gremlin Ears or Mask of Hero, which has been pretty limited. The rest that you see here are resource bundles. Those are always useful, especially as you're having to do 3 talent ups plus another one next week. The week 2 talent up, which is more new gen focused, powerhouse and showboat, I believe, as well as the other point method, so you can overlap or double dip. But those are always good items to grab. Onto the discount premium wall, which you need the Megastar to get access for. So again, you do have the same trap straps. You have the 100 to 150, the 130 option in there as well. And then you have the move damage strap. You have the smaller trap straps. And then the shard lots are different here. So they're actually not bad price point from what you think you should be able to have from a 5-week MLC. So you do have McFoley here. You have Hall of Fame DDP here for those that are still missing them. Those are pretty good. That's a pretty good price for that. Unfortunately, it's only one limit. You do have the Carmelo Hayes, which I guess a lot of people are still missing him. He seems to be pretty available, but I guess people skip on his shards when they seem available on the walls when they are there. For me, I will be grabbing these for sure. So again, I need 1,600 here, so the 200 would help cut that down a little bit, and hopefully I'll be able to get some across the month. If I don't get him this month, it is what it is. He's a great card, but I'm not gonna go broke trying to get him right now. The other ones that are here, these are really, really good shard opportunities because you do get Ron Simmons and you do get JBL. Of course, Naya's up there as well, 200, and Revenge Tour Live. These are some really good shard options on the discount wall. And the fact that they added JBL in here, so JBL and Ron Simmons Hall of Fame gears are also available in Armory. So, the fact that we have Lex Luger randomly Hall of Fame for the purple MP, plus all the other stuff that the new Hall of Famers do, is pretty cool that they're also offering the shards here for you to be able to recruit them. So they are making them a little bit more accessible, and those are some really, really great trainers. And they're really great cards, actually, too. So there's a one-move gameplay for Ron Simmons, and JBL is one of the better tricksters that are out there. And again, their gears are available and probably will be in walls. Now, don't hold me to that, but they probably will be in walls throughout the month. The other shard piece that I'm targeting here, Sami Zayn, the Great Detonator, has been dry. I've got actually 10 shards from the webcoin market so far. Hopefully those keep dropping, but I'm 500 away. 200 again cuts into that. So between him and Drew, those two showboats, I'm going to look to grab both those shard packs. Devon Dudley, get the tables. It seems like his shards drop randomly in any kind of loots, or if you have Prestige, you get the single drops. I've gotten a bunch of shards just off the single loot claim. I don't see a real big need to spend medallions on him unless you're really there and you've had a hard time recruiting him. Penta, I know people are still chasing, so 100 shards there. Dusty Rhodes, hard times. Finally, they're making the shards available. It's nice to see Kamala in here, so 100 shards available there. I do have him, so I don't need that on my account, but I know that's going to be a pretty hot item for people. Again, you have Super Stacy here, May, Gunther, and Brawling Brutes like you saw on the regular prize wall, and then the half price on the plates that you saw on the regular prize wall, plus the resources available. So, again, decent wall. The premium one is obviously a lot better. Discount wall is a lot better, not just price point wise, but also because you have access to Drew, you have access to Naya, JBL, Ron Simmons, Detonator, and it's obviously better. So choose wisely. Feel free to message me anytime. I'll provide you my recommendations as we go through the month and we see how the month unfolds with prize walls, events, and all that. You don't have to rush into spending all this, but if you are going to spend any of your wall shits and you have access to it, the limited time kickoff prize wall would be that place. Thank you all for watching, listening, and supporting TWF Gaming.